Welcome back, adventure friends, to today's topic of how to do Disney World with a baby and a toddler. Let's get to it.
First thing we're going to talk about is packing. So what we did when we started packing is I ordered these packing pods from Amazon. I believe it comes with about 5 pods that you can pack your things into, and then like a carry-on case for makeup or little items. And then I'll put a link below this video so you guys can check it out if you want to. What we did with the pods is we packed all of our outfits in it for the day. So I packed all of my outfits in a pod and both of the kids' outfits in a pod. So I have my 2 sons, a toddler, and a baby, and I packed 5 outfits for each of the days that we were there. And then also I used another pod to pack just extra shirts and shorts for them because of course they're a toddler and a baby and they're gonna get messy. Some other items that we had packed is disposable bibs, and I actually got those on Amazon as well, along with a rain cover for the stroller, because in Disney World it actually rains on and off. It just depends like where you are. So something to cover the stroller with so your kids aren't wet after the rides would be awesome, and when they're in there. And we packed ponchos for all of us, and I believe we packed it's like a hotel locking key. What are they called?
We did, yes. It's just a little safety thing. If you're worried about traveling, someone trying to break into your door or whatever, this thing kind of holds it in place, so it makes it harder for anyone to break in.
Something else that I would suggest packing is medical supplies if you need that for your kids.
All right, tip number 2, things to do at the airport. So if you have a stroller, I suggest don't fold it up. Just put your kids in there, let them ride all the way down till you get to the gate, and then check it in there. I mean, it's a little hassle when you go through security, but it's nice to not hold your kids the whole time. The kids will have a lot of energy, right? And to some, they'll be annoyed. I was a little annoyed sometimes because the kids just want to run off and I just want to sit down. So they'll keep running, trying to burn energy, and you know what? Just go for it. Take them wherever, and still know the time and stay close to your gate. And also another good thing to take on with you is melatonin. Yes, so snacks, right? Snacks, and melatonin is the best snack because melatonin will put them to sleep, if not half the entire flight, which is perfect.
Tip number 3 is use a Disney agent. If it's your first time, I would highly suggest getting a Disney agent. They are free to use and they just help plan your ideal trip to Disney World. So you can let them know your budget, what your hopes and dreams are for Disney World, like if you want to meet the characters or things like that. I don't think that they do like meet and greets for characters because of COVID. But they do have like dining and events that you can see the characters and like take pictures near them, not like hugging them or anything, but you can take them near them. Anyway, your Disney agent can help with all of that. She helped us with booking our hotel stay. We stayed at Disney's All-Star Movies Resort. And it was cool because it was themed all differently. So they have like a Toy Story section. The pool was Fantasia themed. We stayed in Kirby.
The pool wasn't just Fantasia. It was like Mickey Mouse and stuff like that.
Yeah. And they had Dalmatians, the Donald Duck. Anyway, it was really cool. She helped us with that, and then also getting transportation to and from the airport. Now Disney is doing transportation to and from the airport just through 2021, and then they're changing it. So right now Disney has what is it called? Disney Express, My Disney Express. Magic Express, there you go. Anyway, and they take you to and from the airport, so you can let them know when you arrive and when you leave. So that way you don't have to get a rental, especially if you're spending all your time at Disney or even Universal too. They will help you schedule rentals for that. So that was good. And then our Disney agent, she helped answer like all of the questions that we had. So any question I had about like which ride we should go on, she helped with tips and tricks with like teaching us about certain things that Disney has to use, which like rides you can ride with a baby and which rides you can't. Yeah. So we'll get more into that later on down the video, but we just wanted to really recommend using a Disney agent. Their service is free and super, super useful. So that leads into tip number 4, and that is use the My Disney Experience app for Disney World. That app is for everything. And when I mean everything, it's for everything. Literally check in and out of your hotel. Like you can even use that as like a key card to get into your rooms. And then also the app holds your tickets for Disney World.
What? You can use the phone to check into your room?
Yeah, we just didn't. We had cards. Anyway, so use the app because you're using it throughout your whole stay. I'm telling you, if you're not familiar with the app, get familiar with it before you go.
If you want to lose weight real quick, don't use the app because that's how you eat as well. It's through the app. If you don't, I'm serious. So if you're not tech savvy or anything like that, I'm sorry. There's a few places in there that will let you pay with cash and stuff like that, but everywhere else you have to order everything on the app. And yeah, it sucks. You're gonna be skinny if you don't have the app.
And then if you're trying to have like a dining experience, you want to schedule that through the app months before you go. And if you maybe scheduled like I don't know, last minute or something, I would try to book your dining ASAP because they fill up so fast. Like we did, we booked 2 dining experiences that we were there that we booked beforehand, and that was Beauty and the Beast. And it was so nice. I love Beauty and the Beast. Highly recommend if you're gonna eat at Disney World is the Beauty and the Beast. And then also we ate at Tusker's house in Africa. That was awesome for us, and we loved that.
And also, if you don't show up on your reservation, you will pay $10, I think, per person. I know whoever's watching this video that went with us, hey, I'm waiting for my $10.
It was $10.
So yes, it's $10 per person on the reservation. So keep that in mind, unless you have a legit reason.
If you miss your reservation, then you do pay $10 a person when you schedule it. But if you want to do like any sit-down dining, you need to schedule that beforehand. We did schedule some dining before or like the same day, but it was like I don't know. It wasn't like Beauty and the Beast or Tusker's house. Those were cool. Tusker's house was also a meet and greet, so the characters came around, and Zephaniah loved it. It was so cute.
Yeah, we'll show some videos on that. It's nice. Tenki, on the other hand, didn't really give a crap.
He liked it, but Zephaniah really thought that the characters are real, and that's what made it special for me.
Yeah, and it's live. It's nice.
Yeah. So the app, food, dining, what else? Anything. Oh, and you can check attraction ride times on the app too. So if you're on like one section of the park, you can look at your app and like see what's the wait time for a different ride in another section. That way you can kind of schedule your times that way. And then it's easy to look at the map when you're trying to see where all the rides are or where all the events are through the app. And so I would highly suggest the app. And also if you're trying to get on any Star Wars ride or the Rise of the Resistance, you need the app. So highly suggest downloading the app because you won't get very far in Disney without it. And I don't think you'll have a great experience because you will need the app.
Tip number 5. All right. So number 5 is prepare for the heat. I'm not going to lie. We're from Utah. We're used to that dry heat. Florida provides something so different. We were sweating like crazy. And on top of that, we just found out that one of our sons cannot handle the heat at all. He just cries. And that's our youngest one, Tank. And on top of that, he teething, and it wasn't the best. So here is our little plan or tactic that we use to tackle the heat with our kids. This is mainly for the Magic Kingdom Park though, because there's more rides for the kids and more stuff to do there that were close by. So what we did was we did a ride outside, and then we went somewhere inside that had a ride inside where the AC and something was going. So we did that back and forth, and it worked great until the kids were just tired and they want to sleep. So yeah, that I would say find your own little, what your kids like and what they don't like, so that you're not just going inside to a show that they're just going to scream their head off, and it's not going to be fun for the whole family.
Okay, tip number 6 is to use the baby care centers. So at each Disney World park, then they have a baby care center. The baby care center has a room if you're still nursing your baby. You can, get a room and a chair. You can nurse your baby there. And then they also have changing stations if you need to change the baby. And then they also have like things to warm up your bottle, and then also like wipes and snacks and things like that, and just like a place where your kids can go in and get out of the heat for a little bit.
Tip number 7, lucky number 7. All right. Number 7 is prepare for crowds, right? We know it's Disney World. We know it's Disney World, and there's a lot of people there. So best thing that we found for ourselves that worked best for us was going there in the afternoon. And it could be afternoon or a little bit after afternoon, and staying until the nighttime, because people were heading home. Like, not all of them, but some of them were heading home. It was too hot, or because they came early morning, and early morning the gates are really packed. And when we walked in afternoon, it was fine. We just walked in and went to rides, and it was perfectly timed for us. So that was our little,
Okay, tip number 8 is use rider swap. So what Disney has is something called rider swap, where if you're traveling with a baby or a toddler or both, whatever, like we were, is that they offer a rider swap. So where one parent can stand in the line and then go through the line and go through the ride, and then come back, and then the other parent can go. Not every ride has rider swap, but every ride that we wanted to do, they had rider swap as an option. So we were able to use rider swap quite a lot, which was nice, because when my family went through the lines and we stayed with the kids, it was nice that when they came back to watch our kids, that we went through the fast pass lane, so they weren't with our kids for a long time. So we just went like by ourselves. But if you're just traveling with your family and it's just like mom, dad, and baby, then you can utilize rider swap and each just go as a single rider through the baby swap, the rider swap lane. So that was nice.
Also, but you have to schedule it with the people before you go in, so they can scan your card.
You just ask them like, hey, does this ride have rider swap? And they'll say yes or no. And then who to go, they'll just tell you who to go talk to scan your cards and stuff. And
also for the rider swap, they only allow two individuals. So keep that in mind. Don't try to keep back 6 people, and then, so that you can, because it won't happen. They only allow 2 people for a rider swap.
Yes. Good one. But yeah, utilize rider swap. It's really nice. Rider swap.
Boy.
You know what I mean. Anyway, next. Tip number 9. I couldn't even count. Tip number 9. Tip number 9, okay, is dining. So I know we talked about dining before, but I just want to mention it again. Is if you're traveling with a baby and a toddler, you're going to want to schedule your dining beforehand, especially if you want to eat breakfast or like do lunch in the park. Something like that is schedule your dining on the app. Just do it. Schedule it beforehand. Anyway, that's what I wanted to just talk about. Is just schedule your dining. Make sure you schedule it. Just do it.
Tip number 10. Awesome. So, number 10, I feel like this is a really, really important one. Is scheduling the park that best fits your family situation. With us, baby and a toddler.
If you're watching this video, you're probably traveling with a baby or a toddler if you're watching this video.
So what's our pick? The best park? 1, 2, 3.
Magic Kingdom.
Hands down, the best, because they can ride almost all the rides, and everything is close. You don't have to walk far just to enjoy 2 rides in different.
There's a lot of rides in Magic Kingdom, and if you're traveling with a baby and or toddler, this park is for you. If you could only pick one park, this park is for families, like hands down.
Yes. I wish we knew that, but hey, now you guys know whoever that's gonna go. Now y'all know.
The reason why we choose Magic Kingdom as the best park to take your family if you have toddlers or babies is because they can do mostly everything there.
And you know the difference too, because hella strollers are there. You'll see strollers parked from left to right in the middle where you're walking. That's how you know, oh, this is family oriented for sure. If you have so many strollers like that just parked.
Well, and Magic Kingdom has the castle. So if you get to go to Disney World and you only get to choose like a couple parks, Magic Kingdom, hands down, they have the castle, they have tons of rides.
Yeah.
Like, I think like the Tomorrowland, Fantasyland, which we didn't even get to do. Ugh, so sad.
We didn't do the ride.
But like our kids could do everything basically. And the ones that Tiancum couldn't do, our baby, Zeph and I got to do. So we got to do like rider swap that way.
Yeah.
And like, just they have so many rides and things to do that I would highly suggest Magic Kingdom. Wow, this fly keeps coming on my freaking face. Okay, anyway, Magic Kingdom, hands down. They have tons of rides and like events and shows that you can do.
Oh yeah, when you walk in as well, the princes are all in their thing just waving.
Well, when we walked in, they were doing like a show. So they have like the parades down Main Street. Just like everything about Magic Kingdom is magical. Like throughout the days, like, because we saved Magic Kingdom for last. So when we went to Animal Kingdom, like Disney Hollywood Studios, it was cool, but it wasn't like, wow, this is Disney to me. Like when we went to Magic Kingdom, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so magical, because that's also the day that we went to Beauty and the Beast.
You better do an edit. Yeah. It was nice.
The same day we went to Beauty and the Beast was the same day we went to Magic Kingdom. It was just so nice.
Yeah, just seeing the
And I'm telling you, at the end of the night, we decided to go with my little brother on some rides. We went on like 3 rides.
Well, everyone's watching
no
the fireworks.
line, okay? While everybody's watching the fireworks, if you don't really care to watch the fireworks, or if you maybe watch them,
you can see them everywhere though. Wherever you go, you'll see them. Wherever.
So we went on like the roller coaster and Splash Mountain and like Pirates of the Caribbean while everybody was watching fireworks. 0 line, okay? And this is at nighttime. So I highly suggest maybe.
And if you want to stay in something really, really cool, like cool as in temperature, go to the Tiki something house.
He didn't even like it. He just means cool as in temperature cool, not
it's
like
cool.
the show's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I love it.
You sit in there and these like mechanical birds like pretend that they're singing.
Because they said Tiki's, right? And he gives them Hispanic names. I think that's funny as heck, man.
Anyway, those are our 10 tips for Disney. We hope that you guys have a good time with your families, with your kids. And we hope that maybe our tips could have helped you.